A Texas man staying in jail after being convicted and sentenced this afternoon for stalking Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark.
So Rich and I was actually in the courtroom this afternoon, and it was a contentious court hearing. Rich is here to share what happened.
It was a little bit bizarre, actually, to be in the courtroom this afternoon. Somewhat entertaining as well, I have to admit. Michael Lewis admits he tagged Caitlin Clark in 800 messages on the social media X. Law enforcement got involved when he drove to Indy from Texas in January and started hanging out around places where he might see Caitlin Clark. Lewis took a plea deal this afternoon for stalking and harassment. Those messages sent to Clark were described as lewd, obscene, and threatening. Police visited Lewis at his downtown hotel room back in January and warned Lewis to stop threatening Clark on X. But the messages continued. Lewis was interrupted by the judge multiple times during his statement in court this afternoon.
I've never threatened her. I've never even thought about threatening her. I've never even thought about thinking about threatening her. I will never threaten her. I'm not a threat to her or any other player in the NBA whatsoever.
He may continue to talk, but he is going to talk himself right out of a plea if he continues down this road. I am not going to accept a plea of guilty for somebody who says they are not guilty.
Judge Angela Dow Davis did sentence Lewis to 2.5 years in the Department of Correction under the terms of the plea deal. He'll likely stay right there at the Marion County Adult Detention Center, and that's where he has been since he was arrested back in January. Lewis was living out of his vehicle when he came to Indiana. The Indiana Fever offered no comment on this plea deal today, but the prosecution says that Caitlin Clark was aware of the terms and was in agreement with the plea deal.
Yeah, bizarre is a good way to describe it. We were listening in on the hearing from the newsroom today, and Lewis seemed to blame Clark's social media for not stopping him. Can you explain that?
Well, he says that they had so many opportunities, 800 messages in fact, where they could have blocked him on X at any time, and then he would have gone home, and it would have ended at that point. The judge told him that he needed mental health treatment, and as we heard at the top of our newscast, she said, "You don't get it."